Hello everybody, welcome back to the Driveway Engineer. I'm JR. Have you ever lost something, like your car keys or whatever, and you're looking everywhere for them and people are trying to help and they're saying obvious shit like, hey, where was the last place you had them? And you're frustrated because you lost your car keys and you're looking for them. And if you knew the last place you had them, they wouldn't be lost. But you have to be patient because people are trying to help you. They're trying to help. They're genuinely trying to help. That's where I'm at today on this. So let's dig into this. So this is my 84 OM617. It's pulled from a 1984 300 SD Mercedes. It's a turbo diesel. It has new piston rings, new jugs. It does not have new pistons because they don't make them for turbos, or they do, but they're like $800 a set. It's got a whole set HE221 turbo. Everything's new. It has a Doomsday Diesel oil filter relocation plate on it. This hose right here leads directly through the plate down there. There's a passage along the block. The oil pump's in the front. It's driven off of the timing chain. That passage is clear, clean, and unobstructed. The point of this video is that there's no oil pressure, okay? Let me back up. There's no oil pressure. I've had this thing running half a dozen times. I'll insert some clips. It never gets oil pressure up top. I had it kind of low on oil, a couple of quarts, because the first answer on Google said this thing took 6 quarts, which seemed low to me. And then the second answer and every other answer said it took 8. I put 11 in it. I filled oil in there. I put quarts and quarts and quarts, which again goes directly back to the pump. I've done it until it comes all the way up. And doesn't flow down any further. I've overfilled it with oil until the timing chain is absolutely bathed in it and it's slinging it everywhere. My whole driveway is coated in oil. I'm actually back in the exact same spot that I was with Daryl when it kept blowing oil filters on me. So I have problems with oiling systems. That pan has been off now 8 different times. I'm going to take it off again. I'm going to take it off again because I'm going to look at it and see if there's any evidence of glitter or bearing materials. I feel like it's highly likely I've damaged the bearings by now, but perhaps not. So I have a lower and an upper pan. The upper part's cast aluminum. The lower part is steel that I made myself, or I made out of the stock pan. You can see it up there. So I've drained all the oil out of it. It's not too bad to pull the lower part off. I'm going to go ahead and pull that off right now, and we'll go through this together because I've gotten a lot of suggestions and I know people are trying to help, but I assure you I've tried every single thing that can be tried. The only thing that can possibly be wrong with this, it pumped oil before. It's just a gear and a gear. It's what they call an external gear style pump. It pumped oil in the original engine before I rebuilt it. The only thing that can be wrong with it is the modifications that I made to it, or the pan, the pickup to pan clearance, or the relief valve. I've checked the relief valve. I can pull the back side of the pump off, but not the front. So you guys will see that after I drop this down. If I pull this pan and there hasn't been any glitter in it yet, so I may still be lucky and there may still be no glitter. If there's no glitter, I'm gonna go ahead and we'll go over what's happening and we'll go from there. All right, so one thing to know is that there's like no way to do this without getting dirty. You just have to embrace the dirt, become one with it, and accept that you're going to get filthy dirty. So here, bear with me while I try to get this in a position so everybody can see. This is the upper oil pan, and you see it goes all the way under the engine like a typical oil pan. There's no way, you see the clearance, I don't have clearance to get it out with this in the chassis. Where the pickup goes here, this is the back half of my oil pump. So it's driven by a chain. Sorry. It's driven by a chain, which is driven off the crank. It's 100% spinning. Okay. The relief valve is in here. I've had this out 100 times. The only thing that I can think of that could be wrong at this point, I'm going to do one test real quick and you guys are going to get to see it, is that this clearance is not correct or that this is sucking air. So I have two tests devised to see if that's the case. I'm going to set this here. I'm going to pull my cardboard out from under it real quick. Set this here and I'm going to fill that hose that I showed you guys earlier, and we'll see if anything comes out. It should, in theory, work its way out the pickup. So hold on a second, let me get that set up. So I'm up here pouring oil directly into what would be the pump outlet. I've tested this before with the pickup off, and it worked fine. So my oil level is going down up here. It's going down into the block. I've only poured a few ounces so far. Now the level's not dropping. Oh, I see some drips. Yep, I see pretty steady drips down there. It's really not dropping very fast. I wonder if the relief valve is stopping it. Unfortunately, I'm stuck holding this stupid funnel, although I guess it doesn't matter if I let oil go everywhere. Again, it already has 700 times. It's not like I'm keeping anything clean at this point. Got a badass. So this rubber baby buggy bumper deal just pops off. I'll wipe that off. I don't know where that oil is coming from exactly. It's steadily coming. Oh, it's definitely running out of the pickup. Try to pop this relief valve. See what that does. I'm not going to try. I'm going to succeed. Yeah, so the relief valve was stopping it from draining back, which I think is how it's supposed to work. I mean, I did buy another pump, which was $100. Of course, they don't reproduce them. I'm kind of at my wit's end here. I don't know what else to do other than to spring for the $400 Doomsday Diesel kit, which I'm sure is worth it, especially if you're having the problems I'm having. I think that for my next test, I'm going to go ahead and put the relief valve back in, pick up a bowl of oil. I have some plastic mixing bowls, like 2.5 quart mixing bowls. I think I'll pick up a bowl of oil and just submerge this pump in the bowl of oil and see if it picks up. I don't know what else to do, really. I mean, all the suggestions, I wish I could say they're helpful. They're not, but I mean, I know they're meant to be helpful, so I appreciate them. But I think I'll rig this up with a makeshift oil pan, and you know, I don't know what else to do. So I'll be back. So feel free to laugh, but there's my new and improved oil system. It's definitely submerged, and it's definitely not bottomed out. I left the baby bumper and the strainer off. I backfilled it through here, so that's probably gonna fall and make a huge mess, but whatever. We'll give it a whirl and see what we get out of it here. Doesn't seem to be moving anything. Let's try to fire it up. I mean, it would be the best thing ever if all this stuff sprays out of here and makes a big mess. That would be great. I would really, truly enjoy that. And nothing, not a drop. So I'm gonna call that a wrap on this. This thing's going back up to the corner until I decide what I really want to do with it. If you guys have any ideas, I'd love to hear them, but I can't imagine at this point what it might be. I'm completely out of ideas. So see ya. Thanks for watching.